We're just gonna jump right in this. This Queen Sugar. Oh my God. First of all, welcome to Cameshiar Reviews. Welcome, welcome. This is a Queen Sugar review, and let's just jump right in it. We already know Charlie called. She called Davis. And when he finally got there, he had to break in the window because she wasn't responding. She couldn't move. I didn't even think about it. About the way that she was acting with her body and how she was hurting. I didn't even put two and two together in this time period. I don't know why I didn't. As soon as he walks in, looks at her, she said, "Put on a mask." I think I have COVID. Remember, Davis is an ex-pro basketball player, so he has connections. So he makes a few phone calls, gets a hold of a doctor, tells the doctor what exactly is actually going on with Charlie. He even pre-called the doctor, and the reason why I know that is because before he got there, when he got there, he called and said, "Yes, I'm here." But let's pause that and let's talk about Blue. Seeing Blue running from the cops, and I know this wasn't really happening, but the fact that a black young man has to think about it. The day before that, he wasn't thinking about that, having nightmares in his bed, thinking about the fact that because he was scared and his pops is saying don't run, and he is running away, and then the cops pull the trigger. All these things run through a young black man's head in this time. Unfortunately, it always has. Over 20, 30, 40 years, a black man has had a dream similar to this. But for Blue, who just recently has been educated on the life of a young black man or a black man and having to deal with the police, it was a lot. It was a lot. So, back to Charlie. Oh, let me say this too about Blue. Blue wanted to go in there and say something to his parents, but he chose not to. So now he's battling the internal battle we're seeing in everyone else, and in the adult black males of the cast, we're also seeing it in Blue as well. But she called Davis her ex. Like I said, no one's called your ex. Nobody wants to call your ex to say, "I'm struggling." She couldn't breathe. Her breathing was labored. It was a serious situation. Now, they didn't go to the hospital. But to be honest, a lot of people who got COVID healed at home. Struggled at home. At home, they figured it out. They was at home. He kept checking her temperature every hour. The doctor told him he had to keep her on her stomach and watch her breathing and check her temperature. Eventually, he had to get her up to her room. That's why you saw him carrying her to her room. She was so weak. She had been struggling. It started after they did the march, and she got up and she was feeling something wasn't right. She didn't say it, but she kept grabbing her body as if she was hurting, like she was in pain. You can tell something wasn't right. And then while she was on the phone talking about the city is when the breathing started getting crazy, and she started calling for help, and nobody was available. On top of the fact she doesn't want anyone to know about it. Not even their son. Now, of course, you know he's not crazy about the idea. You know that he's not crazy about the idea of not telling Micah. I'm not about to fix this. It is what it is. I'm not about to fix it. telling Micah about what's going on, even though David thinks that it's a good idea to tell the son. But she sees her son living his life, sending pictures of him out there protesting and happy. She doesn't want to ruin it, but just like that, she doesn't want anyone to know in the family what's going on. Now let's talk about Darla and Ralph Angel and Blue. Now you remember the last review I spoke to you guys, and I told you guys that the test that Blue took to reveal that he is very intelligent and all of these things, I told you guys it was going to come back. It was going to come back to bite, because soon as Grandma heard about this, she wanted to take over. I want Blue here in Washington. I've already gotten a hold of XYZ, because he has ties because of your father, and because the Black Lives Matter movement. Everyone wants to be involved in all of this, and I have video I sent them. Darla's like, first of all, you didn't even ask me to send anything of my son, for one. But you are making assumptions, and you've already sent a video of my child to this school. I don't want my son to raise or being in that environment. So her and her mom had words. She calls her Aunt Vi. Aunt Vi. Aunt Vi said, I got it. Don't worry about it. Now, something's going on with Aunt Vi. It's like Aunt Vi and Hollywood are just in this frozen state. I don't know. Frozen state of sadness. I feel like it's just sad. Now, one thing I will say, when she calls the grandmother, many times a grandmother or aunt have had words over a child. It always happens a lot. When she asked Aunt Vi, well, who are you to say where Blue goes in all of this? She said, I am the one that raised him when none of y'all was around. And she said, well, my daughter is the one that had him, so she'll be the one to make the final word. Oh, so you mean the daughter that called me, confided in me, wanting help because she doesn't want Blue to go anywhere? Oh, yeah, that one. So she was going on. She said, you have met your match, girl. She said, you got the right one, baby. I was like, ooh, Aunt Vi is irritated and is not playing. Not today. Not today. She said, you got the wrong one. Okay, I'm not playing when it comes to Blue. But see, Aunt Vi was like this in the very, very beginning of this season when it came to Blue. She didn't play with Blue even then. So they have their words, and Hollywood comes in. He's like, what is going on with you? You are going crazy fighting all these battles. What is going on? She's like, look, it's not going to happen. Aunt Vi was mad. She said, I'm not playing, ain't happening. Okay. Child. So Nova finally has a conversation that, because Aunt Vi was talking to her about it. She was talking to her man, and she was like, maybe we should have the discussion that we had, but that you started at the farm about us getting married. It's like she can't, I don't know if it's him or if it's her for a commitment. Nova has always been free-spirited. She's always been independent and has always done her thing. So I don't know if marriage is where she wants to be as far as to be in love and all of that. I don't know if marriage is where she wants to be at. I don't know. That's a question, because like I said, she likes being with a man or a woman. She likes being in love, or maybe I don't even know if she is really wanting to be committed and be in love. Maybe the only reason why she's even with him is because she was chasing him for so long. Now she got him, and I don't know if she still wants him. That's just my opinion about that. Okay. So Hollywood, poor Hollywood, he's going through so much right now. Lord have mercy. So Hollywood and Ralph Angel FaceTime. This is the second time they've done that. So Hollywood kind of came to Vine, was like, you know, I think it's a good idea if I take this, because you had that shop for the guys, then we just do it online. She said, I think it's a great idea. Look how good Avon look. Avon decided to, you know, make all the different meals. Now I had no idea until she said it, that all the meals that she made, which it was his favorite, but it was the meals she made him the way his mom made it. He's going through so much. It's so sad, but I know that it'll be better over time. So they had the meal together. She's trying to make him feel better, and she looks really good doing it. When they get home, or when they're in the bed together, she's putting lotion on, and he decides to put lotion on her feet. They so cute. He said, when they be ready to talk about why you got so upset earlier, I'm here. She's like, look. So I don't know what that's about. That's why I said that Ava and Hollywood are both frozen and are both extremely in this sad circle, which everybody is. People still are. We're in the middle of a pandemic. But I love how even in the shots, when you see the shot when Darla is sitting there and thinking about Blue, you see in the faded shot, you see Blue's picture. Then, as her and Blue and him are playing the game, you see Ralph Angel finds the letter about the school. What are they doing? Are they going to send the boy away? I'm like, man, come on, why? And then you hear Darla say, we're all thinking they're in the beginning stages. She was away from Blue for a long time. It was always just Ralph Angel and Blue. Now they're together as a family. They're just getting started. That's the way Darla's looking at it. She doesn't want her son to go. I'm trying to figure out, are they trying to do the same way that Micah? Because Micah was at, I think Micah was at a school like that. So they're trying to have him away, have him as a character where he'll come and go, because you know he's in school, and then school is over, he'll be back home. I'm wondering, is that where they're going with that? He's getting older. Maybe he has other things, acting or school wise in real life. I don't know, but it seems like he's going to be leaving, but he'll be a recurring character. The internal battle with everybody I see, like this is the part of the scene that I call, this is a summer breeze to me, to see them all sitting there having a good time, joking and playing a game. It's like the calm before the storm. I see like butterflies and pretty things like flying around me when I see them at the end of the scene. I'm like, oh my God, what bomb is about to explode right here on Queen Sugar, because it is coming. So, Charlie has COVID, allegedly. She's coughing. She has a fever. Davis is taking care of her, but she hasn't been diagnosed. She doesn't want anyone to know about it, but Davis is sitting there by her side. Is this going to be a Davis and Charlie getting back together? This is not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing that they do. But I'm just asking, is that what's going on? He even did her hair. You see, I got that picture to see that ponytail, because she was like, oh, you did my ponytail? He was like, yes. I mean, she couldn't even move when he was calling. That was him calling her. He beating on the door. She wasn't answering. He had to bust his hand through the window. I put a quote on Twitter and I said, this did remind me of a summer breeze. It was a roller coaster that took me up and down. But at the very end, it was like a summer breeze, especially at the very end when I saw them as a family. But something is coming. I just don't know what. I'm pretty sure she's going to be putting in the vaccine in some point in here, and unfortunately she's probably going to have COVID where someone will lose their life. I just don't know where that's going to be. I do believe that Aunt Vi and the grandma are from the battle. This is not over. I think the online situation with Hollywood is going to be big. It's going to be bigger than just him and Ralph Angel. It's going to become like a very popular thing he's going to be doing online, because see, a lot of people have become popular during this COVID being online. Not just as bloggers who've been doing it, people who are deciding to use online as an outlet to express themselves because of everything that's going on right now in the world and how they're feeling. He didn't even care. She said, "You're not wearing a mask." He just said, "I've been here for a few days. I just think that either he thinks I got it already or I don't care because I love you and I want to make sure that you're okay." So, I did enjoy every bit of this episode. I enjoyed every bit of it to my soul. I enjoyed the sad and the good. It took me through changes like it always does. But it just, I feel like there's like little cookie crumbs because of the story it's about to be. That's coming. I believe there's a storm that's coming. It's not going to be COVID, because even though we are in a pandemic, you know, drama in life still happens. It's just happening while that's happening too. When I look at Nova and her man, and they look sexy in that little scene right there, but I'm wondering what is going on in her head. She's get up in the middle of the night to type her stories about Black Lives Matter and go to bed with this white man. Now, I'm not saying that black women should not date outside the race because of Black Lives Matter. I'm just saying, eternally, how do you do it? Poor Blue. Alright guys, that is my review. Make sure you guys comment and like and subscribe. And please check out the membership and check out all my reviews and playlists until we meet again. All love, you know, and everything.